All right, guys, the first movement here is a couch stretch. Now, the intention of a couch stretch is to stretch out all the fronts of your quads and the hip flexors, and you might even feel this in your lower abdomen as well. This is a really nice movement to reverse the negative effects of sitting. Okay, you can use a cushion at home instead of one of these pads, and just make sure that you've got something comfortable underneath the knee, because it's going to be pretty hard if you've got it on the floor. Okay, so that's all you need. Now, you can also do this against the couch, hence the name couch stretch, but it's going to be best if your foot is flat up against the wall. Okay, that's going to stretch across the front of the ankle and up into the tibialis as well. So follow along really closely. I'm going to get into an all fours position. It might feel a little bit clumsy the first couple of times you do it, but I'm going to place the top of my foot up against the wall and get my shin as close to the wall as possible. Now, for you to begin with, you might need the shin a little bit further away from the wall. All right, but for me, I can go straight up with the shin up against the wall. Now, you've got to put some weight into the hands here, push down into the ground, and then step the other foot forward. Okay, it doesn't matter so much where this foot is. You can play around with the position of that, and then really push that foot down into the earth, and you can bring the hand onto the knee because we're going to lift the chest up. But you do that really nice and slowly, so no rushing up into it. Okay, take your time. Maybe for some of you, this is enough already. Okay, it can be a really intense stretch. But the intention wants to be to eventually get your back all the way to the wall. Okay, you can use your hands on the wall back behind you for a bit of support, or you can use them out in front of you if this is where you're at the moment. And feel free as well just to explore in that position. It's not like you have to just get into one position and then stay there, but feel free just to play around and find as deep a stretch as you can around that 8 out of 10 mark. Now, another way to take this one even further is by engaging the glute. What that does is it gives you more access to the hip flexors on the front of the leg. It's going to be really intense to begin with. I'm going to go ahead, bring my hands to my hips, and then engage that right glute. So what this does is it tucks the tailbone a little bit, so it lengthens even more through the front of the leg. Now, for some of you, that is going to feel so tight in there. It's going to feel like concrete, but trust me, the more and more you do this, the easier it becomes quite quickly as well. I've seen people go from this position up into this position in quite a remarkably short time. So stay there for the prescribed 2 minutes if you can. If it's a little bit too intense, then aim for a minute and then just build up to the 2 minutes. Now, with that glute engagement, eventually you want to keep the glute engaged for the whole 2 minutes as well. That's going to be really intense. But to begin with, what you can do is just engage it a little bit, then relax it, then engage again. Because what we're doing here is we're teaching the body just to feel comfortable in this position, or at least as comfortable as possible to begin with anyway. And just keep trying to get your back closer and closer towards the wall. I reckon I'm nearly on about 2 minutes there. Then you can go ahead, come out of it really, really slowly. Okay, so you can use the hands out in front of you, readjust the knee position. Maybe you just want to sit on your heels for a second and just let everything rebound a little bit. And then, of course, when you're ready, you move into the second side. Now, that is the couch stretch, probably the best stretch for opening up the hip flexors, which are usually so tight in modern bodies. So give that one a go. That's the first of the lot.